Good day everyone. Yeah, we are going to start our plan proper. You guys can remember that we designed our wall, and also set our level in the last lesson. So now we need to open back what we did, what we said last time, and we said we need to open back. You can go here, open it because this is what we said. You can see it, or you go to open. When you go to open, then you look for the file you have saved, the name you have saved. As you can see, we save it with learning, but you can see that there's learning 004, learning 002. These two we are not going to open. We are going to open the main Revit file because these two are being saved by Revit automatically. So when you saved your Revit file, Revit will save 3 at once for you. So it may not really be complete. So this one is the complete one. So let's open it. You click on it and you say open. So open. Let's wait. Right. You open. Okay. Now it is open. So we go to ground floor. We delete this. We delete this. Delete this wall we have set. So we have a plan that we want to set already, but let's assume we don't have a plan and we just want to start up a plan. You go to your wall. You go to your wall. Go to the wall type you have saved already. As we all know, we have a wall that we have already set. We saved it. So you go to that wall we have saved already, which is generic 250 outer wall. This is the outer wall of our design. So we are going to create similar. We are going to create another wall that we will use for the partitions of the house, of the building, and that will be 150 mm. That's 5 inches block. Then when we design that, we have to also put the colors. We have to also select the materials of it, just the same way we did this one. We are going to do it in this lesson too. So I now select the outer wall. First I draw the wall. When you are drawing the wall, you click to the shift key, so it will be straight. If you don't click to that, if you don't press that shift key, your this thing may not be straight, your wall may not be straight. So you click to it, so it will be straight. Sorry, let's delete this wall. Let's delete this wall because there's something we need to set before we start this. Let's delete it. You need to go back to your manage before you start this. When you go to your manage, then you go to additional setting. Then you look for temporal dimension. Temporal dimension. Temporal dimension. You go to annotation. Then you find temporal dimension. When you find temporal dimension, you need to set this. You need to set this to wall faces. Wall faces. Yes, I will show you why you need to set it to wall faces as we continue. I will show you why you need to set it to wall 46. You click OK. As you have clicked OK, then you go back to architecture. Now click to down your wall. Go back to click to your wall. You can't find my property. You can't find your property, you right click. You go here. You right click and check that property. Then you find it. You can see it. So this is the wall. This is the wall we have designed for this program. So now you design another wall, then you draw the wall. You make sure you hold your shift so it will give you a straight wall. And when you have given you a straight wall and you click left click, then you remove it. You exit from then you go to 3D. Why you are going to 3D is to know where the wall is facing. If your wall, if the color you set both outside and inside, which one is it showing inside? You can see inside is showing blue. Then you rotate it. You hold your shift and press your moving your screw tab, then you rotate it. Yeah, it is normal, but then you go back to your ground floor. Now, if it is not normal, you click to it. If you see that it is not facing where it's supposed to face, you click to it. This arrow is where you use to make it face. Either you return it back or you return it front. But in this case, we love the way it is. Yes, and another thing you check in this wall after drawing it, you click to the wall. Just click to the wall. Click back to the wall. When you click to this wall, you go back to the base constraint. Make sure it is ground level. It is on ground level. Then you go back to the top constraint. Means the height. You click to it. You can see it is unconnected. It means the height is very big, and it's very high, and it is not on any level. So you make sure it is on your ground floor deck level based on what you use in understanding whatever you have named that. So when you click to it, you see it will automatically change to that height you want it to change to. Top offset, you make sure it's 0. All those things will automatically change when you have set the ground, the base constraint, and the top constraint. Then now you draw another line. You draw another wall. You say similar. You create similar wall. You draw it here. I still press down my arrow key to get exactly what I want. That escape from the command. Go back. You can see it is joined together. Then we will now go back to wall. You want to create another wall, which is the inner wall. You go back to wall, select another wall. You select another wall type. You can still go to this 250. We go to this 250. There's it. 250. Mastering is you click on it, then you go to type. When you go to type, you now duplicate it again. You duplicate just the other way we did that one. When you duplicate it, in this case now you write, I want to name it 150 mm inner wall. that is what I will use to understanding to indicate my inner work based on what I feel I can I can use to indicate it. Then you say okay. When you say okay, you go to edit and you start editing it the way you want. First, let me go to the thickness of the wall. Change this to 25 to 150 based on what I want. I want it to be 5 inches wall. So I have edited this, you know. I go back to my material, go back to my material. Okay, go back to my material. You click on it. The wall, as I will have my plaster and paint. I don't have to design this wall. Let it look like a real block in this wall. You said okay, I have set this. Then now we want to bring the plaster in. You click on this. You click on this. Say the insert. When you start, you go to finish. Make sure you click on this and you say finish. Then you go to the material, which is the category. Then you go back on it. You click on it. There is an inner color design we already have here, which we used for the outer wall color. So I want to use it. I want to use that inner wall color, outer wall color. I think I want to use inner wall color. Inner, let's say inner wall color. Inner wall color. Look at it. You just click on the inner wall color. So it will, the whole wall color will be the same. So this is the inner wall color. You say okay. Then you go back here. You select 0.50. 50 is okay. In this case, the both side, at the outer one, the both side did not carry the same color, but in this partition, the both sides have to carry the same color so that the whole building wall inner will be same color. Then you go back here and also select, insert another plaster or paint or whatever you feel is okay. When you insert another one, you will now name that one too. You click to this, you say down, you go down, so you point down. So this one is normal. Then you make sure this is also finish. Then you go to the category. You select same category you have selected, same color you have selected for the inner wall. The both carry you also put the plaster to be 50. You come here, it has been selected already, then you draw another wall. Make sure you still hold your arrow key. Then in this case now, I want to check the dimension. I want to check what is the dimension and adjust it the way I feel it will be nice. Let's assume it is 5. I want it to be 5 meters. We can also change it. You know how we draw our plan. You know, when you are not getting it well, you need to change. You go to annotation. You select you check from here. You see, when you go here, you see it. If you want to click, you see it is clicking on. And that thing you want to do, this inner wall, you click to it and also set it the way you set the other one. It's on ground floor. The basic constraint is on ground level. This one is on ground floor. Ground floor. That's good. This one is on what? Ground level. Ground floor there. That's good. This one is on ground level. Ground floor there. This one is on ground level. And this shouldn't be. Okay, you go to your 3D. Go to your 3D and check it if it is right. Okay, I think we are getting it. I think we are getting what we want. I think we are getting what we want. We go back to ground floor level. And you go to dimension. You can see it is dimensioning from the center. And I think when you see that, you go back here and you put wall faces. Wall face. You can see you change it to wall face. You select this. You measure this. Measure this. Look at what is giving you. When they give you this and it is not what you want, you click to this one and bring it back to what you want. Maybe you want it to be 5 meters, 5.0. You type, it has come back. You can see it. You can see it very clearly. So as you have gotten this inner wall, let's assume that you want to create a passage here. You draw another wall. You just say create similar. Create similar. You draw another wall. Make sure you hold your arrow key. You have gotten your arrow key. Then you go to dimension. Dimension here. Here to here. You get what you want. Maybe you have seen that it is too much. You won't go here. If you go here to click this wall to change this dimension, it means you are shifting this wall. So you go to the last wall you have created. Go to this dimension. Shift it. Let's assume it is 1.2 that you want the passage to be. You click 1.2. You see, you have gotten it. Then maybe you want this wall, this room to be 300. What you do is you go to the inner wall too. You also create similar. You draw it. Get into this place, you leave it. Then you go to your dimension. You dimension this wall. When you dimension this wall, you click. Then you go to this wall. You escape from the command. When you escape from the command, you click to this wall. Let's assume that you want it to be 4,000. Or you want it to be 8,000. You click 3.0. You have got your 3,000. You know? you now delete this. So you have space to draw. Let's assume that you want to create toilet here in this way. You go to your wall, you say create similar. You don't need to go back to wall, you just create similar. This is the dimension. This is the partition you are creating. You go to your wall, you draw this, you draw it to wherever you want it to land, maybe 120, you draw it to 120, you escape. Then you go back to dimension, click to dimension and make sure that this wall is being, it is exactly what you want the dimension of your toilet to be. You click to this one, you escape to, you click to this one. Now change it, maybe you want it to be 122, 1.2, 1.2, you click, or you want it to be 1.5, let's assume 1.5, you click 1.5, you click, so you have gotten it. Then you want to have you, you want to have another wall here, you click create similar. When you create similar, this is how you will continue to do till you get your full plan. You create similar, you draw another wall. You see, it is bent because I did not press my arrow key. You delete it, you delete the wall. Create similar. Make sure you hold your arrow key. Create. You delete this dimension. Now dimension this to make sure you got exactly what you want. So I go back here. I click this. Let me say it's 180. I mean 1.8, 1.8, 1.8. You click on it. To give you exactly 1.8 here. You delete this. Let's say that you want a wardrobe here. You want a wardrobe here. You also draw the wall for your wardrobe. Or you just pick a line and go back and pick a line, a modern line, just to indicate your wardrobe. You draw it. You draw it. Whatever color you want the line to be, you can also change the color to whatever color you want it to be. Headline. Well, later I'll teach you that. Yeah, if you want to change this line, maybe you don't like the color of this line, maybe you want to change it to black, you can go here, you go to manage. When you go to manage, you go to additional setting, then you go to line style, you click this plus sign, you can see the name, this is the line. So if you want to change the color, you can go here and change the color to whatever you want. Maybe you want it to be red, you can change this color of this line to be red. If you also want to change the dot, you can also change it. You know, look at it, it has changed to red. So these are the things you need to know too. So you continue. You continue drawing your plan. Let's assume that you want a visitor's toilet to be here. A visitor's toilet to be here. You click this, you say create similar. Create similar. And you also draw another partition wall. When you draw another partition wall, you also go here and measure it and get the measurement you want. Maybe I just want it to be 120. I don't want it to be big, because nobody's going to laugh here. You just toilet to ease yourself in the rest. I go here and I click to this and say maybe 120, 120, 1.2. You click OK. what I did was 12. Let me say 1.2, 1.2, 1.2. Okay, you have gotten your visitor's toilet. You need another wall here for another room. Let's delete this. You need another wall here for another room. You still go to create similar. Create similar. You create another similar wall. You go here. You click on it. Maybe you want this one to be bigger, a kind of bigger than this. You go to your dimension too. You go to your dimension. You go to your dimension. Get the dimension of the walls. Maybe I want it to be 45. So it will be a bigger room. I go here and I click here on the right and then 4.5. You click on it. You get your measurement. Or you want it to be 400 or 3.6. You go here, you write 3.6. 3.6. You click and you get it. Then maybe you want this wall is okay. You want to use this as your parlor or as your lodge. Maybe you want a sit out here. You go to create similar. Create similar. And you draw your sit out. You dimension it to whatever you want. Maybe I want it to be 900. 900. 0.9. 0.9. You click on it. You get your dimension. This it. Then you want to extend this wall to this place. It's either as you select the wall, you go to extend. You go to extend. You select the wall. You go to extend. If you extend it here. You click extend. Then you click extend, you go to this wall. So you click on extend, you click here. You select this wall and you go here. You can see the dotted line showing where it will extend to. You extend to this wall. Or you can also do it like this. If you just want to be fast, you are still with your distance. You can just click on this wall and tap on this dot. When you tap on this dot, you draw it. You just extend on its own, So there are so many ways to do it. These are the ways I know how to do mine. You click on this you have gotten your toilet here, gotten another toilet. You want to create another toilet here. Maybe you want to create another toilet here. You want to create another toilet. Wherever you want to create it, you just go to create similar. You use the wall you want. These are the smaller ones. Create similar. Maybe I want to get another toilet for my room again. You click here and you go. This is just how you continue creating your wall till you get what you want. Depends on your design. Till you get what you want, you know. You go to dimension here. You dimension this. Maybe I want it to be 180. You go 1.8. 1.8. You click. You know. Let's take this as another toilet, you know. Then you want all here to be your dining, you know. Maybe you want here to be your dining and your staircase. You want to take this up, or you just want to leave it like this and make here to have a staircase up or whatever. Or you leave here to be your, or you leave this particular one to be your should I call it your lodge or your parlor, whichever one you want to understand it. You take it like this. It's Control Z, Control Z, bring it back. If you want to join this word to this word, you can simply click here. Click this. 3. Extend. Extend to corner. You can simply click it and click on this and click on this. It will come together. You can see it. Then you exit from the command. You know. This will not contain a staircase. The staircase is supposed to be. Let me see. Let's use 1.8. Let's use 2000. You go here, click on this to get the measurement of your staircase. I think let's extend this row. Let's extend this row to 1.8 or 210, 2.1. We extend it. So our staircase will come here. You know, so we are leaving this as now we need to cut this wall. So you come here, you click on this wall and click on this one. You click on this one, you click on this one. No? You say cancel. When you say cancel, you click on this one, you click on this. Then you want to remove this. You can also do this to cut this off. You can also do this to cut this off. You click on this string here. You click on this wall and you click on this. You come back. So these are the things you can do here. You understand? You exist on this command. You can come here, click on Look on this. Just come back. Then you exist on the command too. So we are changing the plan because I remember we have to have a staircase. I want us to do something that has a story video, so we are changing this plan. Let's move this toilet. You don't mind anything. You know how you can start your plan and at the middle of it you change your plan. Let's move this. The most important thing is that we are getting the steps, what I'm doing. Let's assume you don't have a plan. You just want to set up a plan. So in this case now, we are using this space as our kitchen. We still use this space as a bathroom or toilet. So we are using this space as our kitchen and dining. So we click here. Remove this. Let's use this place as our kitchen. Why this place goes for dining? It's a duplex now. So what dimension do you think is best for kitchen now? What do you think is best for this? Just say create similar wall. You save it. You create similar wall. So depends on your requirement, what you want to do. I think the dining should be a little bit bigger than the kitchen. Okay. You can also reduce this near this staircase. Let's have a very long staircase as we have space, so there's no need shortening the staircase. Let's have a very long staircase that will go L shape. I think it's better. Okay. So this, you go for your measurements. Kitchen. 180 is okay for a kitchen. Or 210 is also okay for a kitchen. So what we do is we are cutting this and the scale. You double click the CS. When you go here, you go to your measurement step 2, 1, 1. Click. That's come back. Then click here to join these two together. Click here, click here. That join together. So you're having your staircase here and you're having your dining here. Let's say you want to extend this wall. Delete. Okay, you escape. Let's say you want to extend this wall to here. You can just go here. Click here and you extend this wall. You click on this wall and drag it. You go here. Let's assume that this is your dining, you know. I think you have gotten this. Yeah, let's assume that you want to do this, you want to do this here again. You click on this, click here, and you reduce it to 7,900 or 1,000, 1,000, 1.0, 1.0. You play. So you're having a long staircase. You need to prepare a long staircase. A long staircase here. And under the staircase, you can see your toilets. Then you see your kitchen. Like this, you remove this passage. Let's remove this passage. Only remove this passage. You want the color to be very big, or we leave the passage and put it up. So maybe people that are here will not be able to see. Yeah, I think let's plan it this way. And put that umbrella. We put that umbrella. So that when you come in here, if you're allowed to take this door to this staircase to go to the room, then you can be able to go to the two rooms that you want to create, or three rooms you're going to create, or whichever one you create. Then if you're not allowed, then there will be a door here. You can only access maybe the parlor, the dining, and the kitchen if you're allowed to go into the kitchen. This place we are going we are going to put a cover or whatever we see here to create this time. So I think it's best like this. Yeah, good, good. I'm just thinking, let's get this plan done. Good. So let's extend this toilet. I think it's too small. Let's extend it a little. 1,000, the passage 1,000 so we'll make it 120 so that the staircase will be big. You know, yeah. Let's extend this wall to 120. You click to this wall, you make it 120. 1.2. And you take your measurement of these two. You make it 180, I think. 180 is okay. 1.8. 1.8. Okay. So you delete this. This deletes. You delete this. This delete this. This delete. I think we are okay to go with this. Okay. I will know again. So it's okay. Okay. So you will go to our 3D and see what we have done. Let's go to 3D. So this is what we have done. You can see that the wall, but this is the only wall. This color, this outer color is in here. So we are going to change it. We are going to twist it and change it. We go back to our ground floor. This is it. This is the wall that we're going to change. You see the arrow here. So you just click one of these arrows, and I think it has changed. You go back to 3D and watch it. So this is it. I think this also we need to change this. So you go back to the ground floor too again. You click on this and also turn it. Let's go back to 3D. I think we have gotten it. And okay, this is it. I think we have gotten it. Okay, go back to ground floor. So in our next lesson, we are going to teach you how to place doors, windows, or maybe mirror too. Mirror this so it will be double flat, So when we get there, thank you all for watching, and I believe you are following.